Let's go ahead and start in child's pose. So bring your big toes together, knees wide, knees together, whatever you prefer. And then walk your hands all the way forward. Try to make a connection between your forehead and the mat. And just start to settle into this shape. Bringing some awareness to your breath. Using your breath as a tool to help you start to check in with yourself. Notice how you showed up to your mat today. Notice how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and decide what you want to offer up to this practice. There's days we come to our mats with more energy, more effort to give, and days we have a little bit less. And this practice is meant to be for you, so just kind of decide where you're at today and what you want your practice to look and feel like. And we'll take 3 more full breaths here. And then if your hands are back, go ahead and reach them forward. We'll make our way up to all fours. Just start by making really big circles. Kind of warming up the hips, knees, wrists, shoulders, feeling everything out. Trying to keep your breath nice and smooth. And go ahead and reverse it. Take a few circles going the other way. And then once your hips come back to your heels again, go ahead and shift them to the right. So leaning all the way into the right hip, and then walk your fingertips forward to the left. I'm just gonna sink into that. It's like this diagonal child's pose almost. Breathe into the right side of your body, create some space there. Softening your right shoulder down away from your ear. Go ahead and walk the hands forward. We're going to come back to all fours. Take your right leg out to the right. So it's directly in line with your hip. And you're trying to glue that foot down to the mat. Yeah. Keep pressing into the outer edge of the right foot, and then inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. You exhale, you're going to try to weave that right arm all the way underneath for thread the needle. And then use the strength of your left arm to press yourself back up. Release that right hand down. Tuck your left toes under. You're going to keep the right leg where it is. And just send your hips back towards your heels for a second. Getting into the right leg, the left foot. And then back to all fours. We're going to take the right foot behind us, reach through the heel. And then as you exhale, bend the knee really wide and try to send your foot all the way to the outside of your right hand. Your hips are going to sink forward and down. Then you're going to take this right arm, reach forward, up, and back. Okay? You can keep reaching this right hand back, or you could wrap it around to your lower back. And then if you do that, try to roll the right shoulder back, maybe drop left ear to left shoulder. Just create space through the right side of your neck and trap. Release that right hand. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And we're gonna step right back to downward dog. First down dog practice, and take a moment to just kind of pedal it out, feel into it. Shift hips side to side, bend knees one at a time, whatever you need. Keeping your breath nice and smooth. And we'll bring feet back to center. Next inhale, shift all the way forward into a plank. And then as you exhale, drop your knees, and then your chest and your chin come right in between your hands. You're going to use the strength of the back body to pull the heart forward, squeeze shoulder blades together. And then exhale, send hips back to heels, child's pose. Good. On an inhale, you'll sweep your hands behind you as you come up to stand on your knees, arms come all the way overhead. Palms touch, exhale, draw hands down towards center as you sit back towards your heels. And then when you roll the shoulders back, lift the palms up, scoop the shoulder blades underneath you. And as you exhale, just offer all that up, so go forward, palms up. One more of those, inhale, sweep the arms back, and all the way up, rising to your knees. Exhale, pull the hands to heart center, sink the hips. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the palms. And exhale, dive forward. So then we'll flip the palms down and then just let the hips sink to the left. Fingertips reach to the right. Take a few breaths into the left side body. Walk your hips back to center, climbing back up to all fours. This time left foot comes outside the left hip. And the right hand underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, left hand to sky. Exhale, twist. All right, pressing yourself back up to all fours. Reach that left arm up. Release it down. Tuck your right toes and just take a few breaths in, the hip back towards the heels. Getting deeper in the left leg and the right foot. And then go ahead, come back to all fours. Sweep that left foot behind you, big breath in. And then exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Let your hips sink forward and down. Reach that left arm all the way forward, up, around, and back. Maybe wrapping it to your low back again. Roll that top shoulder back. And then maybe drop right to your right shoulder. And release that left hand all the way back down to the ground. Lift your back knee and step it back down or facing down once more. We'll take one more of those modified vinyasas. So on your inhale, shift into plank. And then as you exhale, lower your knees and then chest and chin between your hands. Untuck the toes, inhale, roll all the way forward, shoulders draw back. And this time, exhale, tuck the toes, press all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Full breath in here, full breath out. And on your next inhale, send your right leg up towards the sky. Bend your knee and try to roll that hip open. So you're stacking the right hip on top of the left. Square your right shoulder down to the mat. Press evenly through both hands, keep lifting the waist higher. One more breath here. And on the inhale, straighten out that right leg. So you exhale, you're going to step it wide, so all the way to the outside of the right hand. All right, keep the left hand underneath the left shoulder. You're going to reach your right arm forward. And then inhale, sweep that right arm all the way up, back, and around. As you exhale, right hand comes down, and we're going to straighten the front leg. Try that again. Inhale, come back into your lunge. Sweep that right hand all the way up and around. Exhale, right hand down, straighten the leg. Maybe you flex the toes, lift the heel this time. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Exhale, pyramid. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back into your lunge, we're going to step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And then kind of sink the hips low into a yogi squat. Think about pressing your feet down and out so the knees stay tracking open. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, arms reach. And then exhale, right back down through the center. Plant your hands. Step the right foot and the left foot back to plank. Lower down through a vinyasa if you'd like. And then we'll meet back in downward dog. When you're ready, inhale, send the left leg up. And then bend the knee, roll that hip open, keep squaring the left shoulder to the mat. Straighten that left leg out behind you. And then exhale, step the left foot all the way to the outside of the left hand. Reach the left hand forward. Then inhale all the way up, back and around. Exhale, left hand down, straighten the front leg. Again, inhale into your lunge, reach the arm up and around. Exhale, straighten the front leg, maybe lift those toes. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time for that, inhale. Exhale. All right, coming back into your lunge, this time right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips low. Inhale, rise to stand, press the hips forward. And then exhale, coming right back down. Plant the hands. Step the left foot and right foot back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. From downward dog, we're just going to bend the knees, look forward. And then exhale, step or walk your feet all the way up between your hands. And take a moment to just kind of hang here with the crown of the head be heavy. You can hold opposite elbows if you'd like. Sway a little bit forward and backwards, side to side. Just find some release. And then if you're holding opposite elbows, go ahead. Let the hands come back down, press down into the feet, inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And sweep the arms overhead, palms touch. Then as you exhale, pull the hands to heart center, draw navel in. Then as you inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, palms up. As you exhale, we're going to send the palms forward, sit the hips back to your toes. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, palms come to heart center. One more of those. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Then exhale, send it back to your toes. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. This time as you exhale, dive right down the center. Hands to shins as you inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Vinyasa, if you'd like, we'll meet in downward dog. From downward dog, inhale, send your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. We're going to spin the back heel down. And then rise up to warrior one. So hips square forward, shoulders square forward. We're pressing into the outer edge of the back foot to activate that left hip forward, bending into the right knee. As you keep sinking into the hips, see if you can lift it up more through the sides of your waist. So think about wrapping the pinkies forward. Maybe fingertips or palms can touch together overhead. So one more breath in. And then as you exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, we're going to roll the shoulders back like we've been doing, lift hard. As you do that, straighten the front leg, lift the toes. And then exhale, bend into the front knee, send the palms forward, hug navel in, reach through the fingertips. If you're really long through the back of the neck, just breathe through 3, 2. Last inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, step back to plank. Vinyasa if you like, or just hang out in downward dog. And then we'll lift the left leg up on an inhale. Exhale, step it between the hands, spin the back heel down. Rise up. Warrior one, take a moment to settle into the legs, square the hips, square the shoulders forward. And begin to think about lifting out of the waist. So side of the waist, lats get nice and long. Maybe you can find enough length and energy to bring the palms together overhead. Bend that front knee a little deeper, one more breath in. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, roll the palms open, straighten the front leg, hug that thigh back. And then as you exhale, send it all forward. Draw the navel in, really strong through the core. Hold here, reach, 3, 2. Last inhale. And then exhale, hands down. Lift that back heel up, step it back to plank. Take the vinyasa or stay in down dog. So we'll try that again and build on from there. So next inhale, send the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands. Spin the back heel down. Warrior one, rise up when you're ready. And then exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, straighten the front leg. Exhale, send it all forward. This time, keep reaching forward through the left arm. Let the right hand come back next to your waist. So you're reaching in opposite directions, finding a little bit of engagement on the back body, so shoulder blades draw towards each other. One more breath here. And then this left hand is going to guide you. You're going to come up and then open it out to warrior two. So you got to maybe make your stance a little bit wider, turn those back toes out a little bit more. And then just sink into that. Soften the shoulders down, bend into that front knee. Good, and then just for a moment, straighten that front leg, reach your right hand to the sky, a little reverse triangle. And then as you exhale, rebend the right knee, we're gonna lay the right forearm onto the right thigh. Left hand can stay at your left hip, you can wrap it around to your lower back, or reach it up or overhead, whatever you prefer. We just wanna stay lifted out of that bottom shoulder, so we're still active through the bottom side of the waist. One more breath in. And then there we go, bring that left hand down. We're gonna take hands to either side of the right foot. Spin the back heel up, and then step back to plank. Take the vinyasa, maybe skip this one, take a few breaths in down dog. Whatever sounds best to you. And then when you're ready, inhale, send the left leg up and back. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart center. And roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, straighten the leg. Exhale, send it forward. All right, this time right arm stays reaching forward, sweep the left hand back by the side. See if you can engage the shoulder blades on the back body. And then right arm will lead you as you lift up and around. Widening the stance a bit for warrior two. Stacking shoulders right over the hips, wrists, over the ankles. Stay here and breathe. And straighten the front leg. Inhale, just send that left hand to sky, get really long through the left side body. And as you exhale, rebend the left knee, left forearm, the left thigh, mirroring whatever you did on the first side here. Just about 3 more full breaths, stay with it. And then we'll let the hands come down to either side of the left foot. Lift the back heel up so the hips square forward. Step back to plank. Move through a vinyasa here. Building on, inhale, send your right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Same thing, spin the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, draw hands to heart center. Straighten your front leg, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, send it forward. Right hand by your side. Take it all the way up and around. Open up, warrior two. Straighten your front leg as you inhale. This time as you exhale, just tip the torso forward and down, triangle pose. You're hugging that right hip back, reaching through the crown of the head. Try to feel length through both sides of your waist here. And then we're going to take that left hand, reach it all the way overhead, and then sweep it down to the mat. Walk yourself into a wide-legged fold. So all 10 toes are going to turn towards the left. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then plant your right hand underneath your shoulder or stay on your fingertips. Take that left hand to the sky. And try to roll the right shoulder back away from your ear, and then the left shoulder back away from your ear. Stay here, or take the left hand to your lower back. And try to find a little half bind here, pressing down evenly through both feet still. And then we're going to try to keep that half bind. Turn the right toes back forward, and you're going to swivel your torso around so that as you rebend into that right leg, you kind of land back in that extended side angle with the half bind. So we're rolling that top shoulder back. Pressing evenly through both feet. You want to kind of hug that right hip into the midline. So think about stacking hips, left over right, stacking shoulders, left over right. Last 2 breaths here. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise up, reverse warrior. Reach that right arm up. And then exhale, right hand, left hand down. Step back to plank. Inhale, your left foot reaches up and back. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands, spin the back heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, roll the shoulders back with the heart. And exhale, send it forward. Left arm reaches back. Inhale, take it all the way up and around. Land warrior two. Then straighten your front leg, inhale, reverse. And exhale, tip the torso forward, triangle pose. So really strong and active through the feet and the legs. Think about reaching both sides of the waist forward, lengthening through the very top of your head. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, breathe. And then let that tall arm sweep all the way overhead, around and down. Turn all 10 toes to face towards the right side of the mat. Come onto your fingertips, lengthen the spine forward. This time, left fingertips come to the center, right hand to the sky. Roll the shoulders back away from your ears, broaden across the front of the chest. And then maybe wrapping that right hand around to your lower back. Turn your left toes forward. Start to rebend into that left leg as you swivel the torso around. You gotta hug the hips to the midline to roll that top shoulder back. Just a couple breaths here. All right, get really strong through the feet. Press down, inhale, rise up, reverse warrior. And exhale, left hand, right hand down to the mat, step back. Vinyasa. Yeah, let's go ahead and come all the way onto our bellies for a second. Just release your hands down by your sides. We're going to interlace your hands together at your lower back. So we're going to find half Shalabhasana to start, which means your legs are going to stay on the ground. So press into the tops of the feet. Feel your thighs kind of lift, but you're ultimately pressing your feet and your pelvis down. All right, keep that engagement in the legs. And start to reach your knuckles back. That's going to lift the head and the shoulders away from the mat. And keep pressing down through the feet. Stay grounded through the legs. See if you can tuck your chin. and lengthen through both sides of your neck. Wiggle your shoulder blades down towards your waist. Keep lifting, keep breathing here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower down, turn one cheek to the mat. Just rest here for a moment. All right, we got one more. This time we're gonna go into that full offering up shape. So palms forward and up. If you have tighter shoulders, you might want to take more of a V shape with the hands wider, or just bend your elbows. Full Shavasana this time, so everything's gonna lift away from the mat. When you're ready, engage the core, hug the navel in. Press the pelvis down to lift everything up. Reach the fingertips forward, reach the toes back, hug everything to the midline. Feel the shoulder blades engage on the back body. Tuck your chin, lengthen through the top of the head. Stay here and breathe. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lower down, turn your head to the other side, let that go. All right, head back to center. Slide your hands next to your lower ribs. Press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. You got one more short little standing sequence to do. When you're ready, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, step the right foot between your hands, spin the back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to heart center. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, straighten the leg. Exhale, send it forward. Now this time, feel the engagement through the upper back, feel the engagement through the core. And so just shift the weight into the right leg. And see if we could pick that left leg up. If it's too much to keep the arms extended, then warrior 3 with the hands at the heart or hands down by your sides, and whatever you like. It's about 3 more breaths here. All right, now everybody just come up to stand, draw that left knee up in front of you. And then we're gonna wrap the left knee over the right and try to wrap the left arm under the right. So find an eagle pose. Sink the hips back, hug everything to the midline. Lift the elbows up. Relax the shoulders down as much as you can. All right, now unravel the legs. So the left foot's just gonna land next to the right. Sink the hips a little lower so it's like we're in chair pose with eagle arms. We're gonna keep sending the hips back and just see if you can take the elbows to the outside of the right knee. So it's this awkward little bound twist. You can stay here. You can fly the arms open. So left fingertips draw down, right fingertips to sky. Or find a prayer twist here. Just hold for the last 2 breaths. Rotate the ribcage around. Keep the hips low. Inhale through center chair pose. Now exhale, straighten legs, fold. Separate the feet hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Make your way back to downward dog, however you choose. Last side. Inhale, reach the left foot up. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, send it forward. All right, you know where we're going from here, so set it up. You might want to lift that back heel up. Engage the core, engage the back body. When you're ready, reach everything forward, forward. You're reaching as much through the back leg as you do through the crown of the head and the fingertips. Last 3, 2, and 1. Rise up to stand, draw that right knee up in front of you. And then right leg crosses all the way over. Right arm wraps under. Sink the hips back. Keep the elbows lifted. Just try to stay here and breathe. All right, unravel the legs. So legs together, send the hips way back. And then we'll try to take the elbows to the outside of the left knee. Use that elbow to kind of press into the leg, rotate the chest around. And whatever you did on the first side, fly the arms open, find the prayer twist. Keep the eagle arms. 2 more breaths. And then go ahead and come back to center chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs. This time we're going to separate the feet. Actually, no, bring the feet together, but a little bit further back on your mat. So inside edges of the toes and the heels together. Come all the way down. Take your knees really wide. And then maybe sink down to the forearms if you can. Just kind of like sway your hips here side to side, or maybe take the knees forward and back. And then go ahead and come onto your butts. Just roll back. And then we'll come all the way down onto our bucks. Plant the feet underneath your knees, thighs parallel to each other, feet pointing forward, hands down by your sides. Start by giving your pelvis a little tuck forward, so lengthen the tailbone towards your heels. Keep that length in the low back. Press down through the feet, inhale, lift the hips all the way up towards the sky. Imagine you had a block between your thighs and try to hug that block in. Keep lifting. One more inhale. And then exhale, try to lower down one vertebra at a time. When you get to the bottom, just kind of sway knees side to side, give your back a little release. All right, set up for one more bridge pose. So plant the feet, legs parallel to each other, hands down by your sides. Little tuck of the tailbone forward, and then lift the hips all the way up. This time, if you want to go deeper, interlace your hands underneath you, and then kind of walk your shoulder blades underneath as you reach your knuckles towards your heels. Press your chest towards your chin, and then lift your chin just slightly towards the ceiling. Pressing the backs of the arms down. Keep lifting here. One last breath in. And then release the hands, exhale, lower down with control. Take your feet wider, like almost mat distance apart. And then you're going to drop both knees to the left. Take your arms out to a T, or maybe that goalpost shape with the elbows bent 90 degrees. If you feel something right here, stay here. If you don't feel that much, try taking your left ankle over your right thigh. And it's going to give you more of an active stretch through the outside of the right hip. Just hold there for a few breaths. And go ahead and release that left foot down. Slowly draw your knees up through center. And then we'll switch, so both knees fall to the right. Maybe your right ankle comes on top of the left thigh to encourage that left leg down. One more breath here. And go ahead and release. Bring the feet back to center. Start to draw your knees in. And then find happy baby. So reaching to grab the inside or the outside edge of the feet. Draw your knees down towards your armpits. See if you can keep your entire spine on the mat. And just lower off side to side here. Find stillness, whatever you like. All right, bring your feet back together, your legs back together. You're gonna rock and roll yourself all the way up to a seat. And then extend your left leg out. And bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. And take your left hand and slide it all the way down the inside of the left leg. Press your elbow into that thigh. And then right hand's gonna find your right ribs. So you're gonna get heavier through the right sits bone. And then gently draw the ribs up. So finding more length for that right side of your waist. You can stay here. You can reach that right arm overhead, or you can kind of like hold behind your head and give yourself some support. Just take a couple breaths, opening up into that side. And go ahead, release the right hand. We're gonna square ourselves over that extended leg. So inhale, draw yourself up. And then exhale, just come into a nice easy fold. Just let your hands rest wherever it feels comfortable. And bow in. And one more breath here. Next inhale, slowly beginning to walk yourself up. And just switch sides. Extend the right leg out. Left knee draws in. Start by reaching that right hand all the way down the inside of your leg. Use your elbow to kind of rotate open. Find your ribs, lift them up as you dig the left hip into the mat. And then left arm overhead or behind your head. Breathe on the first side. Just a couple breaths. And go ahead, release the left hand down. Square yourself over the right legs, kind of turn your torso, and then fold back in. Stay here for 3 more breaths. Slowly coming back up. Extend your bent leg out. Give your legs a little shake and shimmy, release out of that. All right, flex your toes, you got one more fold. Reach your arms up as you inhale, and then exhale, just come into the fold as much as you can. No need to pull yourself any further than your body wants to go. Just kind of rest and round in. Just about 3 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, drawing yourself back up and coming all the way onto your back. If there's any last little movements you need to feel like your practice is complete, feel free to do whatever it is that you need to do. Otherwise, when you're ready, Shavasana. Legs extended, arms extended.
kind of tucking your shoulder blades underneath you to broaden across the front of the chest. I'm just offering up this time to yourself to rest. Releasing everything into the mat. Letting go of your breath, of any thoughts. And slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes. Letting your breath lengthen out again. And when you're ready, draw your knees back in towards you. And roll off onto one side. You're going to use your top arm to gently press yourself up to a seat. When you find your seat, just sit with a tall spine, palms up on your lap or on your knees. Just take a moment to settle in for this shape. And we'll go ahead and sweep the arms up to the sky, gathering in all the energy you created through your practice today. As you exhale, pull it right down into your heart center. And then last time, roll the shoulders back and lift the heart. And we'll offer all that energy up shared with the world. And draw your hands back to heart center. One breath. And then thumbs come to the center of your forehead. Lifting our hearts, we bow to ourselves and to each other. Namaste.